Hey everybody, welcome to Sedona Creek Talk, where things may not be what they seem. Well, there was a huge monsoon, big time storm that came through this place since we were here last. And if you look over there, all that debris, it looks like it was stacked up with a piece of equipment or a tractor or something. Look at that. I mean, it's just like, it looks like a logging, like they went in and logged the place and just left a bunch of debris, right? Look at the trees right here. See the stuff stacked up? That's just, or it hit the tree, it got caught and stopped. But if we look, there's your creek. Although it's, it's bigger than Spangle Creek up in eastern Washington, or Marble Creek up in northern Idaho, or even the little Colorado River in eastern Arizona. It's way bigger than that. It's not like this high or that high. Okay, so I've seen it happen. We were here one day about 5 years ago, and we were parked over on that side. We had walked over on this side of the creek and were visiting with some friends. It started to rain, and they were an elderly couple, and like all elderly couples, they had a rain gauge, and they let us take refuge into their place. And there's Terry. Hey, Terry. Big girl's puppy. Look at hers. Terry's dog. And so it began to rain, and it rained for 45 minutes, and they checked their rain gauge, and it was 2.5 inches in there. And so we said, well, thank you for letting us, we didn't know. We said thank you, and we headed to go back over to this side where our car was. We were on that side where their house was. Well, we came back, and water level went from down there to up there. It was 40 feet deep and 400 feet across. So there's a whole nother backstory about some German tourists that gave us a ride, because you have to drive like 30 miles to get to our house. It's only a couple hundred yards across to get to the road that would take you 9 minutes from our house. But when this floods, it's about a long ways to get home. So anyway, it was long story short. These German tourists were trying to tell us that they thought every American should pay taxes and give them money and all kinds of. I said, you fuckers need to just get your shit, get the fuck. It didn't. They let us out, and it didn't go well. But here's kind of a little bog. Yeah, that's just, there's no water flowing there, but they have had some storms here. There's Terry. Look, Terry's that girl's dog. Okay, we're gonna look at these grasses and stuff. Yeah. Now we'll get back up here, and see, there's some water over there. But look at all that. I mean, that right there. So if that's sea level or creek level, roughly, that's 10 feet higher. And when you're talking about 10 feet higher, no big deal, right? But when you're talking about 400 feet wide, 10 feet higher, and like it gets there in like less than 60 seconds and you're in there, you're dead. You're not going to make it. You are not going to survive a flash flood environment in the state of Arizona or any desert climate when these canyons fill up with water and start running downhill. It'll kill you deader than hell, and it has, and I just about blew out a flip-flop there. That's okay. Let's see here. So it's Sedona Creek Talk, which really we're not. We're just pretending like we are, because we used to be. We are at Sedona Creek. Actually, we're at Oak Creek in Sedona, Arizona. There's the creek. Beautiful place. We love it. And there's my dog Terry. Look at Terry's. Look at that fantail. Huh? The cattle dog right there. Huh? Mixed with a Brendel pit bull, which is really crazy. Look at that tail fan. Look at her. Good girls. Yeah, she's good dogs. She's good girls. But yeah, just look at all this debris. We're kind of up on a natural levee. There's the creek down there. Look at that. It's like somebody pushed it in here with a bulldozer, but they didn't. The creek pushed it in here. Look at this nastiness. I mean, I must say, I've never seen this. I've not, because this happened, we've moved away. And yeah. So here at Sedona Creek Talk, where things may not be what they seem, we're always trying to figure out what in the hell is going on. We're learning about, oh goodness, maybe climate change did it? Maybe because in 1978, there used to be a bridge way down the creek down there that went across. And it was a big deal because people from Phoenix would come in and just go right across that bridge and be in West Sedona, boom, like that. 1978, when we hear the stories about 15 and 20 foot high snowdrifts in eastern Washington state, and we hear stories about what happened up in Boston, Massachusetts in 1978, I guess maybe they had climate change in 1978, so it's selective, right? Like, depends on what year you're in, you know? If you're in a certain year, you can have climate change. Like, this thing come up. It was a big storm, and it came up as tropical. It came up from Mexico last week, a couple days ago, and it drowned Chavez Ravine. It drowned Dodger Stadium. My mentor put the sprinkler system in 1955. It drowned where the Los Angeles Dodgers played baseball. In fact, there was probably 50 acres around the stadium where you couldn't drive to the stadium. You were underwater, right? Look at this. Now we're down here looking up. Here's the tree, base of the tree. We're looking up. Remember, the creek's over there, way down there, okay? It wasn't this day. We had climate change on this day. Okay, so this happens here. This happened when we were here 4 years ago. This happened last year. And most of all, way down there, about 1,000 feet, there was a bridge that, God, they wish they had nowadays. In 1978, it washed the damn concrete, the whole thing down. And there's not been a bridge since. And some of us will go Tiananmen Square on them and lay in front of the bulldozers if they ever try to build another one, because it'll just fuck Sedona all up to the point of unrecognition. It'll be a fee bar deal, and we won't let it happen. I live 3 hours from here, but I'll come here and protest shit like that, because I'm a civil libertarian. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a Republican. I live in a constitutional republic, not a democracy. No, make sure you understand that. It's not a democracy. It's a constitutional republic. But they've changed a bunch of laws to make it look like a democracy, and that is different than democratic. But I don't expect y'all to understand all that kind of stuff. Here at Sedona Creek Talk, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. That is a real dog. Things may not be what they see. Look at all that. Looks like somebody stacked it up with a bulldozer, but it didn't. It just happened to be a flash flood, and if you were here, you'd be dead. If it came right now, there's no way my dog Terry and I could escape. We would perish if it came right now, and it's possible. It is the monsoon season, and this is when it does happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you soon.